kill me.
I'm the Martial Arts Film Freak, and I watched The Fist of the Condor.
Él merece su venganza. Y yo merezco su castigo.
The Fist of the Condor is a 2023 Chilean film directed by Ernesto Diaz Espinosa and starring the wonderful Marko Zaror, Eyal Mayer, Gina Aguad, Fernanda Urejola, Mansu Yun, Jose Manuel, and many other people in the background. The Fist of the Condor's plot is as martial arts get. It's a revenge story. That's right, martial arts got to revenge because revenge is all about martial arts. Sometimes. These movies, many of them, have very similar plots. There's a bit more than just regular revenge, you know, it's, the base idea is just, my brother killed my master, I must take revenge. He also beat the shit out of me and pissed on me, so that was an awkward scene to watch. But then there's other things that the brother did that just is the most just telenovela drama you can do. I've been very excited for this movie. As a big Marko Zaror fan, I always love seeing him in anything. And this movie came out last Friday for when I post this, or when I try to post this. And people have been raving about it. Actually, probably before last Friday. The 4th. When was the 4th? I've been avoiding reviews, I really have. It's more of just like I'm seeing, like I'm on Twitter scrolling and I see someone's like talking about it and I go as fast as I can, but I just zoom in on my eyes, purposefully enhance words like great, exhilarating, metal. I wish I could agree. Let's talk about the film aspects first before I get to the action, the martial arts, the fight scenes. I found The Fist of the Condor to actually be quite dull and boring, and I hate speaking negatively of things, but you know, if Maximus Decimus Meridius was to ask me if I was entertained, I might just say no.
Are you not entertained?
No. When I say dull, I talk about many things. Everyone in this movie really talks with at a bit of a whisper and a very monotoned, one-note tone of voice. That's really some ASMR stuff that'll put me to sleep. And in fact, a few times I was kind of, oh god no, oh god no, and they're talking more, and I really got to read the subtitles, so this is in Spanish, and oh god. It was really rough, and I felt bad because I wanted to watch this movie so badly. There's also not like a whole lot of music. It's kind of silent through many parts, so you're getting that monotoned, whispery, low voice to no music in the background. The movie's not particularly beautiful to look at. There's nothing really about the cinematography, the colors of the film that make it pop. So nothing really is that appealing to the eye to make you really want to look at it. So I'm really just it felt kind of like homework. It felt like work. No, I did enjoy like a few of the camera tricks, like stuff that they did that's kind of just like classic kung fu, like the dramatic zoom ins and stuff that I think we see in the trailer. I'll put a few in here. That it's, you know, the dramatic zoom, you know, the things they used to do in kung fu movies. This movie does a lot of that, and I appreciate it. It's like you can tell this movie was made by like a big kung fu nerd or something, but just everything else was just bland and dull for me. The story is fine. It's revenge. I'm used to that just being the plot of many kung fu movies. Again, there were some more dramatic elements, like straight out of a telenovela, but I'm okay with that. However, I'm not okay with a movie that makes my eyes feel really heavy. Let's stop being so negative and talk about some of the action, some of the martial arts, some of all that stuff, that whole corner of the film. For the most part, I really enjoyed myself with the action. For the most part, when there was action and martial arts, I had fun. When there was some. Now this movie's only is only an hour and 20 minutes long, so like, you know, it's not a task to watch. It's fairly short. It's very easy to watch, actually. There's quite a bit of action, quite a bit of training. I feel like I'm saying it and making it seem like there's not a whole lot. It just feels very spread out, maybe because those parts where there's not a lot of action going on, it just kind of drags for me. Marko Zaror is just a treat to watch. Marko Zaror is so fluid. He has a very specific style. He's one of those guys that if you were like if you saw him from the distance and you only saw his silhouette with the sun behind him, you would know exactly who that was training. You'd be like, oh, Marko's over there working on his kicks. That's not to say that he's like doing a lot of samey stuff to his other films, from Redeemer to this to Undisputed 3, Savage Dog, any of that stuff. John Wick Chapter 4, he's great in that. It's not to say that's like it's samey. It's just, even if he is doing new things, which he is doing some new stuff in this, kind of does a little bit of capoeira, kind of. He's just, you just recognize his flow. He has a distinct flow to his movement, and I appreciate it greatly. He's wonderful. One thing I did greatly appreciate is the training also then coming up in the action. That's something I really enjoy about martial arts movies, I guess, in general, really. You see it in stuff like anything from The Karate Kid to Drunken Master to 36 Chambers of Shaolin. One of my favorite elements of 36 Chambers of Shaolin is how he utilizes every single one of the chambers in the final fight scene. And that is something he does about 3 times throughout this movie. He sort of remembers something from his training and taps into that and uses it, which I enjoy all the time. That stuff is always wonderful, and this movie does it very well. I guess my only gripe with the action in this, and it's a little hard to come around to it, it's very strange. Every fight scene is kind of short, not super long. I enjoy one fight scene he has with, I think it was this guy right here that I said last. Where's your name, sir? Jose Manuel. I enjoyed his fight with him. It wasn't a long fight, but it was a very fun fight. I don't know. I think it's that none of the characters, none of the villains held a lot of weight for me. I didn't really care about them. So especially like the final fight, it was an okay fight. It was an alright fight. You know, the back and forths are great. The choreography is very good. It's shot well enough. The fights in this movie are shot, for the most part, well enough. I just couldn't care about the villain, and so whenever something dramatic would happen, or he would say something, or someone would land a big hit, I was like, yeah, okay. And when like a big move that he practiced earlier in the film comes into play and he uses it to defeat the bad guy, I was like, oh, that was good, that was cool. And the fight was over, and I paused it for a second to get up and go do something. And I realized I had 4 minutes left in the movie. The movie was over. And it's not good when you see something like that and your first response is, oh, it's over. Okay. The final fight is fine. The final fight is good. It's nothing electric. It's nothing that's really gonna blow your socks off, blow your mind. And it's not a final fight, is my point. It doesn't feel like a final fight whatsoever. I thought I probably still had a good 30 minutes left in the movie. I really thought, oh, okay, that was a good fight. That was fine. I can't wait to see what the final fight does. And then I realized that was the final fight. And I was let down. I'm so confused by the positivity I have seen from the community around this movie. I see the high points. I see the glowing points. I see the bright spots. But as an overall movie, I was not very entertained. The dialogue and performances did nothing to really grab me deep into the story. The visuals and sound of the film did nothing to keep me wide awake. And the fight scenes, while good and decent at points, I wouldn't even say the word great, really did nothing to astound me. And by the end, I was left wanting more, genuinely more. There's like, I feel like that's a cliche thing of being like, well, you know, I just wanted more. But no, I didn't realize the movie was over. I wanted more because I thought it was gonna get better. I feel bad being negative, so for that reason, we're just gonna wrap this up, and I'm gonna say The Fist of the Condor is, I don't know, man, like 1 3/4 evil twin brothers out of 5. And that 1 3/4 is for the wonder and grace that is Marko Zaror. Also, an evil twin brother is like the most telenovela thing I could think of. So tell me what you thought of The Fist of the Condor in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Were you just kind of meh on it? Because I am so confused why the community is just raving over this movie. And I feel so bad saying that because I love Marko. I want movies to be good. I don't want movies to suck. And this one kind of sucked for me. So do all those things I said. Head over to Facebook, where there's the Martial Arts Film Freak Facebook page, Instagram, Martial Arts Film Freak, Tristan_Glover on the Twitter, and Martial Arts Film Freak on TikTok. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.